These are the steps to wash your hands.
Wet your hand, yeah. Apply soap, scrub your palms, scrub your fingers too, yeah. Scrub your nails, yeah. Scrub the back, the front, and rinse your hand, oh. Wash your hand, oh. Wash your hand, oh.
Wash your hands properly on the running water for at least 20 seconds to stop the spread of germs. This public service message is brought to you by Dettol.
Splash FM 105.5.
If you wanna move fast, you can move alone. But if you wanna go far, you will need a team. Focus on your goals and make it out your zone. Cause that's what you need if you wanna achieve your dream. You got to put in work, gotta break a sweat, got to loosen up, and also listen up. You got to be a fighter, be a team player, be your brother's keeper. Cause two heads are better than one. Two heads are better than one. Yeah. Cause two heads are better than one. Two heads are better than one. Cause two heads are better than one.
The whole of this crowd stands and applauds the 19-year-old. Have you seen a better goal than that anywhere this season? I very much doubt it.
Milo!
Nestle, good food, good life.
He's only 11 years old, but everyone calls him Little Messi. He finally has the opportunity to travel to Spain and train with the original FC Barcelona. But first, he has to do something he never thought was possible. Join David and his friends on an adventure to discover what it really takes to be a true champion, with a nugget of wisdom in each episode. For the love of football. Brought to you by Milo, the energy food drink of future champions. First, a quick recap of what happened last week.
Sam is quitting the team, and it's all because of you.
Wait, what do you mean?
You feel you are better than everyone. I'm surprised Sam is making this sacrifice for you.
Sam, I'm calling you. You can't give up something you love to make someone else happy. You know what? Let's give our training another shot. I'll be more patient. Kick hard. Let your toes point this way. Stand like this. Okay. Shoot. Perfect. Go! Wow! I did it! I can't believe it! I did it! I told you, you could do it!
Okay, guys, gather around. No matter how this game goes, you're all champs. Have a good time playing together. Above everything, be selfless. Now, let's go out there and let's show them how champs play. Who's with me? 1, 2, 3. Clear the ball. Come on. Clear the ball. Where's the stretcher? No, don't move him. Where on earth are the medics?
Nestle, good food, good life.
After the crunch game in the quarterfinals of the National Inter-School Football Championship, Coach Milo and his boys have made it to the next round. Unfortunately, this has come at a great cost. David was rushed to the hospital immediately after colliding with the goal post.
Why is this taking so long? It's been over an hour and still no word.
We might have to exercise some patience.
Patience. You know what? This is all your fault. If you hadn't been overworking David with extra tasks of helping Sam, we wouldn't be here right now.
But David's injury wasn't because of Sam. He made a very selfless move and
look where that's landed him.
Mrs. Bassi, the doctor says you can come in now.
Oh, my poor boy. Look at you. I'm so sorry. How bad is it, doctor?
Mom, I'm fine.
Shh. Are you the doctor?
Well, it's not as bad as we initially thought. It's a mild sprain.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes, but that doesn't mean he can go back to playing immediately.
Doctor, for how long, please?
You'll be discharged tomorrow, but you need to rest for about a week or two.
But we have a training and the final. I have to.
You have to do as I say, Jerry. Don't worry, doctor. He will get all the rest he needs.
I'll leave you two then.
Mom, please. I can't be out of training for 2 weeks.
You can't think of your game now.
David is frustrated, and it's quite understandable. This injury, though minor, might put a dent on his Barcelona dreams.
Hello, may we come in?
Coach? Mom?
All right, but for just a moment, and then you need to get your rest.
Thank you. Come in, guys.
Hey, David.
How you doing?
How's your leg?
How's your leg?
It's okay. The doctor says it's not that bad.
Hey, but guy, like play, you saved us.
It's true. Else we would have gone into extra time and we might have lost because we were so tired.
Thanks, guys. I was just doing my part.
David, a.k.a. Little Messi, a.k.a. Iron Boy.
You, eh?
I'm proud of what you did back there.
That's my personal trainer for you.
But what are we going to do about the semi-finals now, Coach? Without Little Messi, we are finished.
But it's never been about one person, Eric. This is the time we need to really work together as a team. Even though this is a setback, there is hope.
Coach, this one, Sha. All I'm hoping for is David to get better.
I understand, but the biggest honor we can give David is to make his sacrifice count and see this through. And for that, we must work as a team. You know, in the Euro 2016 finals between Portugal and France, Cristiano Ronaldo had to be substituted early on in the game because of an injury. They had to carry on for the rest of the game without their star player. And guess what? They played as one and won. Cristiano was excited by this.
Coach is right. A victory with or without me is a victory for us all.
Well said.
Nestle, good food, good life.
David is discharged 2 days later. He is home now at breakfast with Mom.
Nestle, good food, good life.
No smile today.
What?
You always smile with your first sip.
It's just the thought of not being able to play in the championship semi-finals.
Well, you heard the doctor. Your leg needs to heal.
But my team needs me.
And more importantly, I need you to not worsen the injury.
Okay. What if I just watch from the sidelines? I won't play. I'll just be a spectator.
Well, let me think on it.
Yes!
Look, I haven't promised anything, no.
It's the semi-finals of the National Inter-Schools Football Championship, and Coach Milo and his boys are locked in an epic battle with their opponents to see who goes into the finals. With the scoreline at 0-0, who will break the deadlock? David couldn't get to play, but he's on the sidelines with Coach Milo to urge the team on.
Come on, guys, you can do this. Just keep focused.
Keep focused! Leslie! Leslie! Watch out! Good. Nice tackle. Now cross the ball!
It looks like David is doing more than just cheering from the sidelines. Foul! There's only a few seconds left to the end of the match, and Green Heights International have a free kick in a very good position. But who will play it with David sidelined?
Coach, I think Sam should play the free kick.
Why?
I know he can do it. We trained for it.
David quickly calls Sam to the sidelines to give him some instructions.
Remember, Sam, just like we practiced, focus on the target. Don't think about anything else.
Sam walks up to take the free kick. He takes a deep breath, trots a bit, and then he hits it. And goal! Goal! Sam scores. With literally seconds to the end of the match, Sam has given us the winner. And that's that. Green Heights International is into the finals against all odds.
That was a very good win, boys. It was great to see how everyone played as one. as one team. I'm so proud. And Sam, that was an amazing free kick.
Right now, is it Sam Beckham or Cristiano Sam Ronaldo?
Thanks, guys, and especially Little Mercy, aka Davido, aka Iron Boy.
Nah, so.
You guys, eh?
Everyone is excited. They are all seeing how much better things get when everyone plays as one. It's also great to see David finally getting along so well with the team. But is he fit enough to play in the finals? Even more, will he be named for the Barcelona trip? Did you notice how today's story was about teamwork? Teamwork is putting your own interests aside and working towards a common goal with others. It is recognizing that a united force is greater than any individual talent. On the pitch and in life, being able to work well with others is the recipe to doing great things. It is the mark of a true champion. Milo believes in teamwork. That's all for today, but tune in next week for the finale of For the Love of Football.
Splash FM 105.5.
You see that your cousin will not dey carry last for food matter? And that your niece will not like to chop better thing.
No, I know the shopper.
What about the uncle? We not get shit. And that your guy will always like drink the last Coca-Cola. We sabi them. But without them, food not is sweet. Coca-Cola and food together tastes better.
Taste the same.
Ìgbà ń yí ohun gbogbo ń lọ sípò padà àti kúrò ní tijọ́sí. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iṣẹ́ la lè ṣe láti inú kọ̀rọ̀ yàrá wa. Fún ìpàdé láti inú ilé ẹni, káràkátà ọjà lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀, ètò sísan àti gbígbówó lórí afẹ́fẹ́ àti pàápàá ìgbéyàwó lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀. Alert ilé ìfowópamọ́ alágbèéká ìgbàlódé ti ṣètò àyè fún ọ láti fi owó ránṣẹ́, sanwó ìṣiṣẹ́, ra wákàtí ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tàbí dátà tàbí àwọn ohun èlò yòókù yàrọ́wọ́tó rẹ ní ìrọ̀rùn láìsí ìyọnu. O lè dáńlódù app Alert lónìí lórí Google Play Store tàbí lórí Apple App Store.
Alert, powered by Wema Bank.
Man, guy, I still dey rack my head on what to do for my babe this Valentine.
But she's an Olamide fan now. Sharply buy her an Itel smartphone and you could win a couple's dinner with Olamide.
Talk true.
Oh yes, win a couple's dinner ticket with Olamide this season of love in the Itel Red Valentine promo. Also win TV sets, Itel smartphones and lots more when you buy any of the Itel S16, P36 or A56 series. Promo runs from the 18th of January to 28th of February 2021. Terms and conditions apply. Itel. Enjoy better life.
Oral-B 2-in-1 fún mi ní èémí dídùn fún òjò. Máa lọ ṣe ìfọyín Oral-B 2-in-1 tuntun fún eyín tí ó lágbára àti èémí dídùn tó lálòpẹ́.
Lights, camera, lake on.
No, it's not an act. This is my life for all to see. In the bright lights, see blessings how they follow me. From small beginnings to big brother. From the chances I take to the inspiration I give others. I am a rapper, a singer, a winner. I am an icon. So when they turn the lights on, they see that I am Lakon.
Watch I Am Lakon, a brand new Showmax original reality series, only on Showmax.com.
OneXBet don't land with big ogbonge odds and sharp cash out method. You will like sports. This now your big opportunity to make better money on top all your bets. Where be bigger win? My Naija people, I beg, make una no sleep on this one. Make you rush now. Go visit our website on onexbet.ng. Don't forget to use the promo code BETNG and you go get 200% bonus on your first deposit. OneXBet, bet we're there for everybody.
Oh, lunch. Guys, I'm going for lunch. Please, put more stew. Nice meal. My chest.
Suffering from heartburn and indigestion? Try Just Eat. My recommendation for the past 26 years. Just Eat is a brand of aluminium and magnesium hydroxide and simethicone. Just Eat is available in suspension and tablets. Remedy for heartburn, indigestion, flatulence, and acidity.
Just Eat. Now available in new packs. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read leaflet inside.
Now, where's that big malt? Today was just one of those days. Woke up by 5, made breakfast, went to work, did my job, then my Oga's work, then Oga's work, came home, made dinner, and now nothing can stop me from enjoying my rich, smooth, refreshing Dubic malt.
Enjoy the silky smooth taste of Dubic malt. Dubic malt. Crown the moment.
Spread your wings on Splash 105.5 FM.
Are you a car owner, a transporter, a technician, a car dealer, a parts seller, or a potential owner? Then this program is for you. Join the mechanic Tunde Onakoya on Auto Clinic every Wednesday from 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, let's rev up in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Auto Clinic. It's another beautiful Wednesday morning. The time right now is 10:33 a.m. and it's the 17th day in the month of February 2020. This is your weekly dose of everything cars and vehicle related. You're welcome to Splash 105.5 FM, the best and the most listened to radio station in this part of the world. I am Tunde Onakoya, the mechanic, and this is Auto Clinic with the mechanic. If you're listening to us for the first time, this is a weekly radio show dedicated to talking about cars and the automotive industry at large. You can watch us live right now on Splash FM's Facebook and YouTube pages. Just go on Facebook, search for Splash 105.5 FM, and YouTube, Splash 105.5 FM. You can also watch us live on Instagram with the handle Auto Clinic NG. Just go to Instagram and search for Auto Clinic NG. Of course, we started a conversation last week about electric vehicles in Nigeria and the government's interest in ensuring that by 2025, 30% of all the vehicles in Nigeria would be electric. This morning, I have decided that, you know what, let's take it further. Let's bring in an expert, somebody who is in that industry, to have this tete-a-tete with us. Oluko Kuntolulope is a technology enthusiast who graduated with a major in automotive technology. He is a researcher who has dedicated his research to renewable energy and sustainable transport. Of course, he has separate bachelor's and master's degree in two fields of mechanical engineering and computer science. Tolulope has a number of patents on different solutions, majorly in making electronic vehicles sustainable in Nigeria and Africa. He is curious, always searching for solutions, and is currently a mechatronics engineering lecturer. He's curious, of course, that made him, he became the 2021 Global Youth Climate Network Ambassador for Climate, the winner of 2020 10 Outstanding Young Persons Award in Nigeria, winner of 2020 Africa Under 40 Green Award, and winner of Youth Entrepreneur of the Year 2020. He is most sought after for solving problems, as a number of people recognize his gift in preferring solutions. He's married with kids and runs a YouTube channel where he documents his works and teaches his audiences on some of his DIY projects. Of course, you can reach him. I'll give you how to reach him as we continue. He's joining me live now via Zoom. And we're trying to have a conversation about getting ourselves, that's the country, prepared for electronic vehicles. You see, last week, the conversation started with what the government intends to do. And what the government is trying to do is to ensure that, what government says we should do is hope, plan, and of course, do what needs to be done to ensure that we will be able to run 30% on electronic vehicles by 2025. Well, what we need to do as people is not just talk about it, is to ensure that we do what we need to do. And what is that thing we need to do? Buy those vehicles. Now, what are those things that are stopping us from buying those vehicles? In fact, what are those things that is stopping those vehicles from being in Nigeria? What are those factors that are militating against hybrids and electric vehicles in Nigeria? Well, if as soon as I have Tolulope Olukokun over here, we will have that conversation and we will have a very good one, because he, from my experience with him, we have chatted a number of times. I have visited his workshop prior to this time, and while I visited his workshop, I see that he's actually working on a project of converting one regular vehicle to an electric vehicle. That's one thing he's doing right now. Tolulope, are you here with us? Are you here with us now? Hello, Tolulope, are you here with us? Are you here with us now? Okay, I think, is your network good over there? Hello, Tolulope.
Okay, but I was removed.
Okay, well, now
Can you hear me? Yes.
You are live on air now. Welcome to Splash 105.5 FM. The program is Auto Clinic. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. How are you, listeners?
Well, we're very well, thank you. I'm sure that the listeners at home are also excited, because I read your profile earlier and it sounds quite exciting. What are you doing? I'll start with you now. What have you been doing about electronic mobility in Africa? Just give us a brief in under 2 minutes what you have been doing so far.
Okay, so far we've been trying to bring electric mobility, affordable ones, to Africa, and we are doing this with indigenous technology, local content, like you would say, and we are trying to make things from scratch. It's not like we are trying to reinvent the wheels, but we are trying to see how we can make it affordable, and we discovered that local production is very key to breaking the high cost of electric mobility in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. And that's what we've been doing. We've had so many successes, and that's just it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. When you say affordable, you're talking about local technology. Can you break it down a bit more? Is there a challenge of costs in terms of electronic vehicles and electronic mobility? Is there a cost problem, or is there a price problem?
Yes. Definitely, because most things that are needed for electric mobility are not produced in anywhere near Africa. The single largest or most costly component of electric mobility is the battery, and they are not being produced there in Nigeria or Africa. It has to be imported, and that is one thing that determines the price of vehicles to date. So many companies, technology are trying to see how they can balance the longevity of the battery with pricing and all of that, And again, in Nigeria and some part of Africa, there's no subsidy or rebate or anything from the government to actually reduce the cost of importation of these components into the country. For renewable energy and electric vehicle mobility in so many countries, we have, government subsidy that have heavily subsidized these things for the people, so it could be more affordable and attractive to their citizens. But not in Nigeria, not in Africa. The import duty is still very high on anything battery and other renewable energy sources. So we are locally trying to see how we can bring the cost of every other thing down, because whatever you are importing, you pay taxes. So if we start a local production of these components, and we'll be able to, determine the costs, and there won't be any, import duties and all of that. And generally, there are three key things for electric mobility. That's the electric motor, the controller, and the battery. Every other thing is technology, how you want to optimize it, how you want the tech to drive it, and every other thing, So we have been able to produce electric motor controller. We are scaling it up for vehicles right now. We've been able to work our way around electric motor. We have seen how we can produce that cheaply as well. We are working on it. And when it comes to the body frames and every other thing, we already have those technology around. And I've seen a lot of Nigerians doing very well with it. Our team is actually trying to aggregate some of these talents, bring them together, and let us have something. So the body, the interiors are not the priority right now, but the powertrain.
The powertrain itself, which is the art, which is known as the heart of the entire system now. Now, you see, I think the area that I'd like us to look at this from, yes, the technology and all of that, we don't have much of it around here. People like you are working to build that up now. But look at it. 4 years' time, according to the Director General of National Automotive Design and Development Council, Engineer Jelani Aliu, he wants 30% of the fleet in Nigeria of vehicles to be electronic. How realistic do you think this is? And what are the factors you see that are militating against this? Or what policy do you see that is currently in place that can enhance this dream to become a reality?
Yeah, thank God you call it a dream. So a dream could rather be a reality or not, you know. And for it to be a reality, I think the NADDC, is it Director General, is working on a goal, and I like his tenacity. He feels that he has put some plans on ground for us to realize that. But with the way things are, I don't think that is really, really achievable. Though it could be possible if some things before the end of this year we start to see things in play. You know, we'll want to see what battery technology they have in place, whether there is production of batteries in Nigeria in place already, or we are relying on assembly of, you know, bringing semi knockdown parts to Nigeria, and we start to bring it together. That may still not make us realize this 30% of fleet. And a lot of things are involved. If this must be realized, you know, we need to have a local production of some parts, if not all, some of it that can be in mass production. Then we need to start looking at charging infrastructures. So charging infrastructures already exist. They might not take too much time to get it done, you know. We have the Chinese there and all of that. And that's where we always run to at the end of the day, you know. But for why I will forgive that is for the meantime, people can still charge from home, can still charge from their solar panels, and before we have charging infrastructure well saturated.
I see you're talking about solar panels now. I had to cut you short. Sorry, I had to cut you short there because you are sounding so utopian, saying that people can charge from home, people can use their solar panels. Is there electricity supply in Nigeria sufficient for people to charge their vehicles at home? Even if we somehow magically achieve 30% of our total, don't forget the number of vehicles we have in Nigeria, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, is about 12 million. 30% is about, talking about 4 million. Even if we have 4 million vehicles electric to charge in 2025, do we have the electricity supply and infrastructure to support that?
First of all, we all know that Nigeria is suffering from electricity poverty. I can call it that. So it's no gainsaying saying that, it will be available, they will make it available. No. But there are alternatives, and that's what I'm talking about. For us, I think Electric Africa, we've been working on biogas. You know, biogas is a free energy which you can convert to generate electricity. So many poultry farms, so many, you know, animal farms are there and all of that. You can generate electricity from biogas. You know, you see, what I'm trying to say is that we can explore alternatives to get what we want before the government come into play. Like the conversion of gas and everything, I was shouting that instead of converting vehicles to gas, convert those gas to electricity. Let each state start generating electricity. Then we can move towards electric mobility quickly, you know. And that is what NADDC should be looking at, you know, conversing and suggest to the government that instead of working on conversion, work on electricity generation. And that's a step forward to achieving their, you know, vision 2025 that is still blurry right now.
Thank you very much.
In Nigeria, we always say things. We don't actually plan and do the feasibility studies of so many things. And again, I wanted to say, when I listened to him, probably I didn't understand it very well. It was like 30% of vehicles produced in Nigeria. Can you hear me?
Well, I think the network is a bit fuzzy.
Hello,
right now.
How many vehicles?
Yes, you're back now. You're back now. Hello. Okay. While he tries to sort out connection on his side,
we can now start looking.
Okay. Can you hear me? Well,
I can hear you properly. I don't know if you can hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you now. But I'm trying to pivot from where you were talking about the volume of vehicles produced in Nigeria. I think we produce less than 12,000 vehicles in Nigeria in a year. Am I right? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I think we tried to sort out this network issue, and the program is still Auto Clinic with the mechanic on Splash 105.
Much.
Hello? Okay, program is still Auto Clinic with the mechanic on Splash 105.5.
I can hear
105.5.
Thank you very much.
So we're having some challenges hearing Tolu Olukokun. I think he will just be able to adjust his network on that side and ensure that we can hear him a lot better, because I was enjoying that conversation with him. He's giving us solutions. Hello, can you hear now? Can you hear now?
I can hear you.
Your side. Hello. Okay, I think we'll try to sort these things out from his side, and because on this side I think we're pretty good. On this side, I've muted him on that side to see how we're going to go about this to resolve issues on this side. I'll try to reconnect and see how we will proceed with that conversation. But basically, what we're trying to talk about is electronic vehicles, electronic mobility. You know, people talk about EVs a lot, electronic vehicle all over the place. But I am more concerned personally, and I encourage people to look at it from the perspective of electronic mobility in itself. Because when we talk about electronic mobility, we're not just talking about we're not talking about personal cars that belong to people alone. We're talking about being able to move people en masse. Because if every one of us has to buy a car, we're about 208 million people in Nigeria. If 50% of us buy cars, we'll have over 100 million vehicles in Nigeria. Now, that is still not environmentally friendly for us to have to use something like 100 million vehicles. It means they have to be produced. And that the process of production, whether you like it or not, is still not environmentally friendly. So how do we move people en masse? How do we get mass transit to be electric? How do we get buses to be electric? How do we use electric trains as against everybody using their individual electric cars? So that's the area I think we should focus a whole lot more. Do I have Tolu Lokwe back now?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Fantastic.
I hope you can hear me very much.
I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much for staying. So, you know, we're talking about production. I said we produce about 12,000 vehicles a year in.
Okay.
I said we produce about 12,000, right?
Yeah, I don't have the data, but if that is the case, you know, 30% of that would be somewhat 4,000 or less.
That's a small number. You know, standard 4,000 vehicles
that
is a
could
small
be possible for electric mobility. Let's
get this clearly, Tolu. Let's look at this. You know, we're talking about electric vehicles and we're talking about electronic mobility. The two is not 100% the same. There's some difference between the two. My concern, and you know that my concern from day one has always been this: how do we get to electrify mass transit? And I think that is the area I am very concerned about. The truth is, in town here, we can move as much as 10,000 people in a day if we have mass transit of electric buses. But if we have individual cars, we may not be able to use electricity to move 10,000 people in a day. And so I wanted to speak to the area of mass transit. Go.
Yeah, you see, definitely. The area we have been able to see in Africa is that electric mobility will make more impact if it's for mass production. I mean, mass transportation. Number one, the buying strength of personal cars is very low. A lot of people cannot afford a brand new car. There are no financing or funding programs for a lot of people to afford that. If you look at the buying strength of the whole of Africa for vehicles in the whole world, it's less than 1%. So, and when we're talking about personal vehicles, that's not really the key thing for Africa. The key thing is for mass transportation. And for my team, that's what we're working on. Our first production definitely will always be electric buses, because that's where it's going to have much more impact. We don't need even in developed countries, their electricity infrastructures cannot afford a lot of people or individuals to plug in their vehicles for charging. They have to upgrade because the current electricity infrastructure cannot afford that. There may be blackout if everybody should adopt electric vehicle just like ICE vehicle. Do you know something? Even in developed countries where you know it, there are issues, there are concerns, So they are now saying, okay, why don't you co-own a vehicle, which invariably means let us have a vehicle that can carry as much as possible, which is electric vehicle. So definitely, the area we are really looking at to impact is always about electric buses for.
Okay. Now let's now look at. Thank you very much for that submission.
Transportation.
Because that's my own concern as well. Now let's look at this. Government wants to install. Yes. We have a few minutes to round up, maybe just 2 minutes. Now, government wants to install 1 million vehicles with gas so they can run on either CNG or LPG. The same government wants to achieve 30% vehicles, fleet of vehicles, let's say even production in 2025. Do these policies, do they sound coherent to you? Hello,
definitely, because Nigeria signed, I can hear you, because Nigeria signed the Paris Agreement, so they are trying to say to the whole world that they are actually making, wave or making efforts towards that. But the issue is that
okay, the network is not doing us so well right now, and then we are also running out of time. But I'm sure that the areas we have highlighted this morning includes how we have to harness and develop local technology to be able to achieve this. We have to look for a way in which we will be able to manufacture various. Now the thing is, there's a major advantage for using electric vehicles. The major advantage is that there are less moving components on that car, meaning that the number of components that needs to be put together to make an electric car is lower than that of an ICE, which means that we can start production of certain components in Nigeria, which will increase for us access and reduce costs. We also have to look at how we are going to adopt it, not just to buy your personal car. We're looking at how exactly are we going to use this to achieve mass transportation. Because if you want to impact people's lives, you must be looking at mass transportation in terms of electricity. Now, well, I think the connection has been really dirty this morning, as it were. But if you want to continue the conversation with Tolu Lope, he has a YouTube channel known as Think Electric Africa. If you go on that channel, a lot of things in terms of alternative energy that he's doing, you'll be able to find it there. You can go on Instagram and find him on Think Electric Africa. You can also go on Twitter and find him on Think Electric AF. Think Electric AF. You can find him on that. You can also find him on Instagram with Think Electric Africa. We won't be able to go further with that conversation at the moment because the time, we have really run out of time. The network has cut off, and I want to thank Tolu Lope Olukokun for joining us this morning. He's far away somewhere, maybe about some 300 kilometers away from here is where he's talking to me from. So I can understand how also we have issues of internet penetration in Nigeria, Africa in general. So that's about as much as we'll be able to take today. I wanted to open the phone lines, but this conversation just got so engrossing that we were unable to open the phone lines this morning. But We will talk more about electronic mobility. I am sure one of these days I will bring Tolulope back into the studio where we will have this conversation, a much more robust one, so that we can look at solutions. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is finding solutions to this. The program you've been listening to is Auto Clinic with the Mechanic on Splash 105.5 FM, your integrity station and the best and most listened to radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We do this every week, on every Wednesday, 10:30. Join us. We have this conversation. Today I've worked again with Aziz. He's been my guy. I mean, he's been an amazing guy in the studio with me. With special gratitude to you for joining us today once again. I will come your way next week with another exciting episode of the program Auto Clinic. I remain the mechanic, Tunde Onakoya, leaving you with the words of Kurt Vonnegut. He says, another flaw in the human character is that everybody wants to build, but nobody wants to do maintenance. Thank you very much for listening.
Splash FM 105.5.